Hi everyone. So I just finished a Skype interview with ASMR Novastar where we had mentioned that I created a new channel for ASMR, and here it is. I thought that, since we talked about me having a channel, I should probably make at least one video for the channel. And so what I wanted to tell you guys is I created this channel because in my previous channel I am starting to touch more on spiritual, esoteric type of ideas, and some people kind of aren't really following along. My channel wasn't created for ASMR videos, so the point of this channel is to make ASMR videos that are kind of related to esoteric kind of ideas or new age spiritual type of ideas, or just things that other people would find kind of strange, I guess, or not normal. That's kind of like my specialty that I like to talk about. So if there are any topics that any of you would like to hear me talk about, and it can just literally be anything. It can be conspiracy theories or environmental ideas, spirituality, consciousness. Sorry, there's a motorcycle driving by. Always a motorcycle. Yeah, anything out of the normal, I guess. Please don't hesitate to ask me, and I will be happy to start talking about videos like that, whispering and making noises in the background, and developing my videos along the way. So what I had wanted to post in my other channel, which I decided to post here instead, because in my other channel I had mentioned the topic of ETs, and that there's a possibility that ETs live on this planet. And that kind of lost a lot of people. Sorry, my cat keeps wandering in circles around me because I'm sitting on the floor. So I had mentioned ETs just to kind of poke around and see how my viewers felt about it. So I'd like to go a little further into that for this video, just quickly, about extraterrestrials and whatnot. I had mentioned in my ET video that I had kind of received the information about, why certain species might be living on our planets. And I would like to talk about what I mean by received that information. Some of you might be familiar with the idea that there are people out there that can channel extraterrestrial races, or they have some kind of contact or knowledge from extraterrestrial races. I'm not in contact. I'm not claiming to be in contact with any kind of ET. But what I had received, or the kind of information that was made aware to me, firstly was about DNA. Another motorcycle. I live on a main road. So it's about DNA, and what most of us know, that DNA is encrypted information. Everything about you is from encrypted DNA that has been unlocked, we'll say. So there's a lot of DNA that humans have that are locked, or what science calls junk DNA, useless DNA. But that's not the case. Our DNA is not useless. All of our DNA contains certain information. And the thing about the human DNA is that we can unlock specific parts of our DNA. The ways in which we can unlock DNA could be through thoughts or through emotions, through beliefs or realizations. So for instance, someone with depression, the reason why they might have more, serotonin or less serotonin in the brain, the reason why someone is depressed is because slowly their thoughts altered their DNA, meaning that if you have more depressing thoughts, negative thoughts, then eventually that will unlock the depression gene, I guess you can call it. And then there are other genes, other DNA that is unlocked from birth, things that we don't really control. But we've unlocked all of those for a reason. Someone who comes in with Down syndrome, it's because they chose before they came into being that the gene for Down syndrome would be unlocked. So what does this have to do with ETs? So there are people out there who will call themselves starseeds. Some of you might be familiar with this term, but a starseed is a person who has a more open path with connecting with extraterrestrials, or they have memories of past lives, maybe on other planets, or that they believe that their DNA has actually been altered by extraterrestrials, so that you have ET DNA mixed in. There are quite a bit of people out there that believe that humans were actually genetically modified by aliens, that we were kind of created in the image of our creators, which would be extraterrestrials. So that there are a lot of different people out there that have a lot of different traits and personalities and, features, a lot of different nationalities. Could be because they have a different DNA in them. But the thing about this belief of starseeds, about people that believe that they have some kind of connection with extraterrestrials, that there's something different about them. This is actually, it's not just a few people, it's actually everybody. We all actually have this connection. We all, I'm not going to go as far to say that we have been altered by aliens. I won't get into that in this video. But we all have that connection, that capacity to channel or to connect with other beings. And for a long time I was kind of struggling with this idea, because I know that there are a lot of people out there that claim that they are connected with other beings. They claim that they can talk to these other beings, and I kept thinking that it's just not me, that I don't have whatever it is that they have. I can't do whatever it is that they do. But then it kind of hit me that that's not true. That we all have these abilities, and the only difference between people who can't channel, or who, people who don't have telepathic powers, or people who don't have empathic abilities, or see things that are about to happen, the only reason why we don't have those abilities is because we don't believe that we can have those abilities. So this goes back into the DNA when I was taught talking about how you can unlock DNA by thoughts and emotions. So something as simple as me thinking that I'm not different from anyone else, that I can have these same abilities if I just believe it. If I know for a fact that I am equal to these other people, then I will be able to do the same things. And sure enough, later on that day, that is when I started to receive a lot of information, like the information that I'm telling you guys right now. Don't get down off the box, please. Get down off. Don't fuck with my video. I said, don't fuck with the video, and he did. My cat always has to get into my business. Anyways, so later on that day is when I started to receive a lot of information, and some of the information that I received was the idea that I really need to put out there the fact that we are all capable of these things, that we are all, for instance, we are all capable of communicating with extraterrestrial beings, or even beings on higher dimensions, for example. The only thing that is preventing you from doing this is yourself, because you have not used your emotions and you haven't used your thoughts to alter your DNA. Because once you alter that aspect of your DNA, then it unlocks all of this information. It unlocks information that you already know. Everything is encoded within us, and it's just a matter of unlocking this information. We already know everything. We just don't know that we know everything. So yeah, the idea is that by changing your beliefs, by changing your thoughts, you can literally change anything about yourself. You can change the kind of situations that you're in. You can change how your future will play out. And most importantly, you can change what you are capable of doing. And I learned that very fast. Once I had accepted the idea that we are all capable of doing the same things, is when I started to receive a lot of information about so many motorcycles today. It's when I started to receive a lot of information about the idea that if you want to channel higher beings or communicate or receive information, you have to first accept the fact that everyone can do it, and that there's nothing different about you, because a lot of us struggle with the beliefs that we're not good enough for things, or that we don't deserve certain things. So since that day, I've been receiving a lot more information and more open about things, and I'll talk about that, I guess, later. But I just wanted to make this quick intro video, which turned out to be a little longer than expected. I'm sorry that I kind of rambled about this topic. I didn't really expect on talking about it, So I hope that you guys enjoy this video and this channel. Please leave your comments, ideas, requests below. I would really appreciate it. And until then, everyone, take care.